Alright, what's going on YouTube? Your boy Juan Valdez here with another video. And today I wanted to cover a basic topic. I get a lot of people reaching out on social media, asking for many different questions. One of them being like, how do I even get started? How do I set up a Shopify store? So I figured, cool, I'd make a video on literally how to get started and make a Shopify store from, literally from making an account up until, picking a theme and having it ready to go. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna actually take some time to jump into my computer and show you guys how to do that. But before that, make sure to show the boy some love and subscribe if you already haven't. I'm gonna get a lot more consistent with YouTube, like I've already been telling you guys. Right now, I'm actually in Dominican Republic, in my home country. I'm visiting right now. It's pretty noisy in my aunt's place where I usually stay at here with the family. So I figured I'd get a place. So I got just like an office space, more like a room. It's actually pretty cool. It's like a hot tub and a jacuzzi back there, and there's a good amount of area. So I got this place specifically just to get some work done and actually record this video for you guys. So hopefully you guys get value from it. Again, if you do get value from it, make sure to give it a thumbs up if you do, and obviously leave any comments and feedback. But what I'm gonna do is actually jump right into my computer. I put together like a little bit of a small presentation, let's say, slash notes, just that you guys can follow when it actually comes down to setting up a store. Basically, to get started, again, you make an account with Shopify. The reason why we're all big fans of e-commerce and dropshipping is because it has little to no startup capital. So when you're basically getting started with your Shopify account, pretty simple. They give you a 14-day free trial. You don't even have to pay to even get started, because literally they're providing you guys the free trial. So when it comes down to it, all you have to do is simply go to shopify.com. If you haven't already checked out their website, I'll actually include a link, in my description that you guys can go check them out at. You simply go on their website, you can actually get started with the free trial, and then from there, what you do is, they're gonna ask you for, basic questions, but you just follow the steps that they have. You're gonna enter the required details that you have, and you're gonna go to your Create Your Store Now button. From there, you're gonna pick a store name. I did write that when you come to your store name, it does have to be unique, because obviously you're not gonna just copy somebody else's name, so you do have to get creative and think about a store name. The best part is you don't have to spend too much time trying to figure out, what the name of your store is going to be, because worst case, if you pick a name now and later on, like you don't like your name or it doesn't resonate with whatever product you're trying to sell, you can always change it, because the only thing the customers are going to see is the actual domain name that you're going to have your store linked to. For you guys to start general, starting with the general store allows you to test a lot more. Again, I'm going to make probably a separate video just on general versus niche, but for now, I'd recommend for you guys just to do general, because it allows you to start testing a lot faster, rather than if you just pick a specific niche. It'll probably take you a little longer to set up different stores. Then if you want to completely get rid of that store, then you have to redo it all, and that takes a lot of time. Start with a lot general of a name, and then from there you can change it later on if you don't like it, or whatever the case may be. After you fill out your unique name and you enter your information, it's going to ask you again for personal information. It's going to ask you things like if you sold any products before, if you have any experience, and then you just choose whatever fits your description. If you're just playing around, just testing the waters, seeing what this whole Shopify thing is all about, then again you can just click that option. But then from there, you can also let them know hey, I'm experienced and this is my second store, whatever the case may be. Get started. You can just click through it and get started. Then start setting up your online shop. You can then start getting used to the platform, seeing how things look, how it works, things like that. I would spend some time if you're brand new to this, I would spend some time going through the platform, just so you can have an idea of how it all works, where things are. I would take the time when you're first getting started to really wrap your head around the whole platform. That way later on, once you have the ball rolling, you don't have to go back and then learn about different options you have within the Shopify platform. So I'd recommend taking some time going through the platform, getting to know it all, and then obviously transition from there to start getting your store started. So, after you go through the platform, you get an idea of how it all works. It is gonna look like this. This might be a little bit outdated depending on, when you guys are watching this. It may look a little bit different, but it's gonna look like this when you first get started. It's gonna show you guys things like, if you wanna add in a product, you can add it right away. It gives you the option to edit the theme, and you can do that right away, and then set up your domain. Usually I'd recommend for you guys to follow the steps in order that it has here, if it does still have an order. If not, I'd recommend, of course, starting off with picking a theme, and then from there, obviously, then doing, finding a product that you're gonna, finding your products that you have, and then later on the domain. But you can kind of play around with these, but definitely I'd recommend theme first, then either go domain or products. But I'd recommend probably doing products first, because again, you don't even know what you're gonna be selling yet or what niche you're gonna be involved in or anything like that. So probably looking for products first, then setting up a domain and going in that order. But this is how the platform will look like. You guys can get used to it. You're gonna have your dashboard here, orders, customers, all that stuff. I won't spend too much time going over that. You guys can do, take the time to go all through that. Coming down, when it comes down to it, you guys are gonna choose a theme. When it comes to the themes, Shopify has a ton of different themes you guys can go through. I think they have over 180 themes, maybe even more by the time you guys are watching this. So I'd recommend not spending too much time going through the themes because again, you guys are looking to get started. So I'd recommend choosing one of the free themes. There's a lot of different options you guys can, go through, but the best part about Shopify is that they make it really easy. So when it comes to the theme, basically rather than having to code a website and do all these different themes, you guys can pick a theme and it already has different features and benefits that it has compared to like other different website setups, right? So that's the best part. It makes it really easy. But after you choose your theme, you can check them all out. They have a lot of different ones. Usually I think when we got started, we started off with this free supply theme, just obviously because we wanted to test the waters and really get started as quickly as possible. So that's when we just picked a free supply theme and kind of got started with this. So I'd recommend if you guys do the same. I wouldn't, obviously there's more paid and advanced themes that you guys could take a look at, but I wouldn't spend too much time with it. I just pick a theme and kind of get the ball rolling here. So you can preview the theme, see like, how it works ahead of time. You can also check out, how the different functions that it has and different reviews that people have left of it. Again, like how we all humans work is with social proof. So if you see a theme that has gotten a lot more reviews with others, then I'd probably end up choosing it. So you guys can do the same. Choose that theme that has, if you want to go through the reviews and things like that, then pick a theme, feel free to, but I just wouldn't recommend spending too much time on it now. And the reason why is because the theme is something you guys can always change. When you're first diving into e-commerce, you want to spend some time learning how it all works and then slowly transition on to, getting all the small details that you really, you want to make sure you have in there. So after that, you can preview the theme, see how it's going to look like on your store, and then from there you can have an idea of like later how it's going to look like. I'd recommend doing some research just to see an idea of like how other websites are laid out. I'm a big believer and a big fan of learning from the best people. So again, I'd start off with websites like Amazon, Apple, and looking up other e-commerce websites you can also check out. From there you can analyze, see what kind of setups they have, and see if you can find similar setups or similar themes that have setups just like theirs. So from there, you want to just get the theme. You want to make sure that it's published. After you publish it, it'll pop up, and then you'll be able to see it and browse through your site to see how it's going to look like. From there, it'll look something like this. After it's published, you get to come back to this screen and customize it. It's going to show you both desktop version and mobile version. Again, you want to make sure it's optimized for both, but usually you want to make sure it's definitely optimized for mobile because a lot of people nowadays, of course, do all of their online shopping on mobile. And probably a majority of the traffic that you guys will be driving later on is going to be on a mobile device. Take some time to play around with the theme, make sure you set it up. You can then get into the editing, the settings that it has. There's going to be multiple settings that you're going to be able to play around with. You're going to be able to play around with different things like the collections, product pages, all that great stuff. It's all going to look like this. You're able to go through it. Every theme is different, so every single theme is going to have a different collection amounts or different product pages, different setups. So you can go through it, play around with it, again, just to get an idea. And you can also play around with different things like the colors that it has and some of the fonts as well. You can play around with it. Again, I do it just to make sure you have an idea of how it all works. I wouldn't spend too much time. I just learn it and then later on come back and fix the minor details. From there, what you want to do after you go through everything is obviously find a theme. You want to find some logos you can play around with. You can get pretty cheap themes. I can probably make a video on finding that, but you can use different tools like Fiverr or something like that to get a really cheap theme made for you. Not a theme, a logo, sorry about that. After you have a logo made, you can start out, you can play around with the main screen on your home page and add in some slides to make your, obviously your store, give it a better feel to it. From there you can add in, different functions and check out different functions that the product page has. Check it out to see like how you can make it, give it a better look to it, give it better functions. You can choose how many items are going to appear in your collections on any page that you want. Different color schemes you'll have access to play around with those. I don't want to give you guys too much go spend too much time on this because it is pretty basic information, but I thought I'd make a video like this just to give you guys an idea of how you can get started and really just set up a Shopify store. So I hope you guys got value from this video. After you have your store set up, again, I recommend personally doing research, finding other e-commerce stores that you can do, you can look up and see different things that they're doing. Again, the best websites, you don't want to look up stores that are just like brand new, just getting started. Find the best websites, and model the things that they're doing. They've already taken the time to do research and test different things out, different color schemes, different homepage setups, different product page setup, things like that. So if you can save some time to learn from people that have already done research, why not do so? I hope you guys got value from this video. Feel free to, give it a thumbs up, hit the like button, give me some feedback, leave some comments if you have any, and obviously subscribe, join the family. I'm gonna be trying to provide as much value as I can with these videos for you guys, because obviously I cannot keep up with all the messages that I'm getting on social media. So I hope you guys got value from this, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.